Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Mayanis, and today is Read Aloud Day. Today, you'll be listening to one of my favorite stories. After the story, you'll get to work on a craft with your teacher. I can't wait to see all those amazing projects. Don't forget to post that picture on Teams of your project so that I can see it and give you a grade for today's class. Now, also for a bonus, remember, at Idea Public Schools, we're always working hard to become a royal reader. So don't forget, if you are really smart, because I know you are, log on onto Clever, take a test of this story so that you can get some more points. We expect to see a lot of royal readers before the end of this year. Have a lot of fun today, boys and girls. Let's get started. Are you ready?
Chrysanthemum by Kevin Hanks. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. "She's perfect," said her mother. "Absolutely," said her father, and she was. She was absolutely perfect. "Her name must be everything she is," said her mother. "Her name must be absolutely perfect," said her father, and it was. Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew, and when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect. And then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way. "Hooray!" said Chrysanthemum. "School!" But when Miss Chuck took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. "Oh man, poor Chrysanthemum." "It's so long," said Joe. "It scarcely fits on your name tag," said Rita, pointing. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria. "You're named after a flower." Chrysanthemum whittled. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. Now, boys and girls, Chrysanthemum loved her name until what happened? Yes, she loved her name until she started school. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Miss Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many letters as they are in the entire alphabet, Victoria explained. "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria," said Miss Chud. "Now, put your head down." "If I had a name like yours, I'd change it," Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. "I wish I could," thought Chrysanthemum miserably. "Welcome home," said her mother. "Welcome home," said her father. "School is no place for me," said Chrysanthemum. "My name is too long. It scarcely fits on a name tag, and I'm named after a flower." "Oh, pish," said her mother. "Your name is beautiful." "And precious, and priceless, and fascinating and winsome, said her father. It's everything you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, macaroni and cheese with ketchup. Yum, yum. And an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parties. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamt that her name was Jen. It was an extremely pleasant dream. The next day, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she wrote. Now, boys and girls, let me ask you a question. What did Chrysanthemum do on her second day of school? Yes, that's right. She dragged her feet and walked to school as slowly as she could. She even looks like a flower, said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita, pointing. Let's smell her, said Joe. Chrysanthemum whittled. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, Ugh, a chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things. Thank you for sharing with us, Victoria, said Miss Chud. Now, put your head down. I just cannot believe your name, Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. Neither can I, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. They said I even look like a flower. They pretended to pick me and smell me. Oh, pish, said her mother. They're just jealous. And envious and begrudging and discontent and jaundiced, said her father. Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours? Said her mother. After all, it's absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs, kisses, and parties. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamt that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Oh, wow. In her worst nightmare of her life, Chrysanthemum dreamed what, boys and girls? Yes, she dreamt that Victoria picked her and plucked off her leaves and petals. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. Chrysanthemum, 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 the flowers seemed to say. That morning, the students were introduced to Miss Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Miss Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Miss Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musicale. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly princess. Jo was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger. And Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. Chrysanthemum's a daisy, chrysanthemum's a daisy. Jo, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum whittled. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. "What's so humorous?" asked Miss Twinkle. "Chrysanthemum," was the answer. "Her name is so long," said Jo. "It scarcely fits on a name tag," said Rita, pointing. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria. "She's named after a flower." "My name is long," said Miss Twinkle. "It is?" said Jo. "My name would scarcely fit on a name tag," said Miss Twinkle. "It would?" said Rita, pointing. "And," said Miss Twinkle, "I'm named after a flower, too." "You are?" said Victoria. "Yes," said Miss Twinkle. "My name is Delphinium. Delphinium Twinkle. And if my baby is a girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect." Now, boys and girls, Chrysanthemum knew her name was absolutely perfect after what happened. Yes, Miss Twinkle said she was considering naming her baby girl Chrysanthemum. That made Chrysanthemum think her name was absolutely perfect. Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ears. She blushed. She beamed. She bloomed. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Jo, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. "Call me Marigold," said Jo. "I'm Carnation," said Rita, pointing. "My name is Lily of the Valley," said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it. Overall, the class musicale was a huge success. Chrysanthemum was absolutely perfect as a daisy. Victoria made the only mistake. She completely forgot her lines as the dainty fairy queen. Chrysanthemum thought it was wildly funny, and she giggled throughout the entire dance of the flowers. Eventually, Miss Twinkle gave birth to a healthy baby girl. And, of course, she named her Chrysanthemum.
For this activity, you will be needing different sheets of color paper. If you don't have any color paper, you may simply use white copy paper or any type of paper that you may have. You will also need scissors, a pencil, a glue stick, and any color markers that you may have. Now, boys and girls, to get started, the first thing you're going to need is your pencil. And with your pencil, you're going to get a paper. I got a yellow construction paper, and I made a nice big circle right here for my flower. After that, now we'll need to make the petals for the flower. You'll get to pick whatever color you want or color it whatever you want. Since my favorite color is purple, I decided to make my petals purple. Now, as you can see, the petals have to look something like this, like an oval shape, kind of like the size if you were creating some eyes. Now, in order to do that, you'll get a piece of construction paper, like I just pre-cut it. You can fold it in half. That way you save paper and you save time. You'll grab a pair of scissors and you'll go ahead and start cutting like this, so. Making an oval shape round at the top, going all the way around. You can have your parents help you, I don't mind. And since it's folded, we've created 2 pieces of construction paper for the petals. And remember, you're going to make the amount that you have in your name. The next step is to create the stem for your flower. So of course, you can use a white sheet of construction paper. I have a green construction paper. I'm going to grab my scissors again. I'm going to go all the way to the corner and I'm going to make a long rectangle stem. So I'm going to cut all the way to the top, as you can see right here. And right there, you'll have a long rectangle piece for your stem. The next step, you'll need to create the vase pot for your flower. I got a piece of an orange construction paper to create my vase. I drew a line down the middle at the top so that I can separate what I'm going to write down here at my base part, and at the top you're going to be writing your name. I will show you up next. Once you are done pre-cutting all of your papers, you will grab your glue. I have a glue stick, and you will glue all of your pieces together to create your flower. In the middle of your flower, you are going to write, "My name is." On your petals, like you can see in my purple petals, you will write each letter of your name. My name is Miss Magallanes, so I wrote my name on each petal. You will write your name on your petals. For the vase part, at the top, you will write your name. Next, you'll write the sentence, "My name has blank letters." That means you are going to count all the letters that are in your name and write that number on that sentence. Miss Magallanes has 12 letters in her name, so she wrote the number 12. After that, you will write the sentence at the bottom that says, "My name is unique," so that you always remember that your name is unique and absolutely perfect just for you. We can't wait to see your awesome creation. Don't forget to take a picture and post it on Teams so that your teachers, Miss Magallanes and Miss Barba, can see your awesome project. See you soon!